Hello everyone, I am Prashanjit. I welcome you all to another live session of PG's Masterclass, and today we are going to discuss how Quasimodos break and how you can find it out beforehand. So let's start our live session, but before that let's review our last few sessions predictions. So the first week, 16th October 2022, I predicted that the market will be bullish, and market remained bullish. The second week, 23rd October 2022, I again predicted that the market will remain bullish, and it remained bullish. The market gapped up and moved up. The third week, the last week, 30th October 2022, I again said the market is going to remain bullish, and that is what the outcome is. And the market remained bullish, price moved up and break some SR. So whatever predictions I gave in last 3 weeks, all has come true. So let's see what Nifty or the market is going to do this week and beyond. This is our investment calls which I have given on 23rd October 2022 in the Muhurat trading, and I have given 2 trades, one in Glenmark and another in Bank Baroda. Both has by now in 13 days only given 7 to 6% return on investment. That's good enough for 13 days. And we are looking more in this to beautiful investment scripts. Our trading calls, we have given a call in Nifty in 16th October that gave us 416 points in swing trading. We gave 2 Bank Nifty calls. In one of the call, there was no, both the calls we haven't received fill, but we are waiting in one of the call because we still feel that if price comes to that entry, we can still have a trade. On the other hand, the other Bank Nifty trade we have closed because if price returns to that in future, then it might break. In the last week, I have given 2 calls in Axis Bank and ICICI Bank. The Axis Bank haven't given us fill, as you can see in the picture. It's still far from the entry level. If it gives us fill, this will be activated. But as of now, the ICICI Bank has given fill and it is in work in progress. So we will come to know in few weeks time what it does, whether it is going to make money or whatever. So this is our overall review of the trades which I have given in my last 3 sessions, the market predictions and investment calls. In a way, all of them is working the way I wanted. Hello everyone, let's start today's session. Just give me a second. Let me take the chart. So this is the chart of Nifty and we are going to discuss it. Today's agenda is to learn how to know Quasimodo will break, right? So that is our agenda for the day, and we will first do the analysis of Nifty and then we will try to get the answer how the Quasimodos break, so that in future if you face any Quasimodos in a chart, you might be able to find out whether it is going to hold it is going to react or it is going to break. One thing I can tell you from my experience, 60 to 70% of Quasimodos, they break, right? Why they break? I mean, if you know why it breaks, I understand you will never ever try to trade it. And if you do not trade those patterns which will not work, you will not make loss. That means the ones which will make profit is the ones you are going to trade. That will increase your success ratio. So this is what is in mind. And in PJ's masterclass, basically all the patterns, all the trap zones, whatever I teach both ways. I not only talk about the pattern, the trap zones, but I also teach when they break, because if you can avoid those loss-making setups, then what you have in hand is the profit-making setups, and that increases your chance of getting profitable at the end of the day. So that is what we are going to do today. So let's start analyzing Nifty first. How we analyze as a price action analyst, how I go about it. First, I look for the trend. Second, I look for, once I know the trend, I look for the trap zones. And third, I look for, I do the risk management, right? So this three together gives me a trade. I mean, none of them is less important to the other. All have equal importance. And so you have to understand that this three is so very important, and we need to have control over these three. So let's start with analyzing the trend. So here is my Nifty chart, and I will make it bigger. So Nifty had started from this point, and this is the monthly chart, and moved up so much. Now to find out trend, I can use two theories. One, how much the trend is steeper. If it is much steeper, then I know this trend can break any moment. Okay. And another theory is using the simple trend analysis. That is finding out the highs, the lows, the higher highs, the higher lows, higher highs and all, right? So as far as simple trend analysis, the trend changes when a higher low gets broken after a higher high gets created on the chart. So when I look at the Nifty chart, I see prices making higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. This means that this chart is in extreme uptrend in the monthly chart. And the price here already created a higher high, higher low, and moving up, looking like it will also create another higher high here, right? But is this higher high sustainable? Can we expect that price will come down and again create another higher low and go up further? That is what is in question. So, what we need to do? We need to check the steepness of the trend. So how will I know the trend is steep? So as you can see, slowly the trend is moving up. This is called parabolic movement of the trend. Okay, so you can see price is moving up slowly, and it is becoming steeper. The more steeper this line becomes, the more dangerous it for the trend. So in Nifty, the price is very steep, and that is telling me that any moment this trend can break. Okay, but is it going to break right now? No, it will take a little bit more time. Price will make a higher high, and then it probably makes or turns the trend and comes down. Okay. So the trend is steeper. We know that the trend will break somewhere near, and that's why even if price makes a higher high, that will not be a very sustainable higher high, and we can see in coming days price can come down. Now, currently in the weekly chart, what we see that price has created a three drive pattern. Descending three drive patterns are like a bullish pattern. How it is been traded? All the patterns have a bias. First thing, all the patterns have a bias. If you know the bias, the next thing comes how to trade it. So all patterns are basically have a bias. Like this one, descending three drive, have a bias, have a bullish bias. Okay, so how to trade it? We generally trade a pattern after the breakout happens, right? And after breakout, price comes down to a trap zone, we take the trade. Okay, so in this case, we see that there is a three drive pattern which is bullish, and a breakout of the trend line which happened, and this is a retracement to the nearest trap zone, and price is bouncing. If you go to my 16th October 2022 session, then you will see that price was standing somewhere here, and in the chart there was a Quasimodo, okay, daily Quasimodo. If you look at this Quasimodo, from here I gave you a trade, right? October 16th, 17th, you receive a trade from me where I said, okay, go long here, and you got 416 points, if you remember. So look, at this point of time, I predicted that this Quasimodo will break. What is a Quasimodo? Quasimodo is nothing but, and it's first thing about Quasimodo you all need to know, it's not a new pattern. Nobody invented it in 2008, 2000, 1996, 1950. No, it was invented 100 years back. Okay, it is always known as a reversal pattern. It was always known as reversal pattern. Later, people call it in many names. Some call it Quasimodo, some call it QM, some call it over and under pattern, some call it, above and under pattern. I mean, there are n number of, this thing about this pattern. There are n number of patterns, n number of names. Now, this is a Quasimodo. How to know that this is a Quasimodo? High, low, higher high, and lower low made. Basically, if you go by simple trend analysis, what does a simple trend analysis say about trend change? It also says price will make a high, low, higher high, and lower low. The lower low, break of the break of the low is what changes the trend, and once price retraces back, the price starts the downtrend. So most of the traders look for this pattern, whether they are simple trend analysis or they call it QM, they call it Quasimodo, they call it over and under pattern, reversal pattern, whatever name they call it. They think this is a reversal pattern, and once price comes to this point, it will go down. So now I was predicting on 16th October, which is in record, and you can check my live session, which is in the YouTube itself, 16th October live session. I was saying that this will break. How I was able to understand that this Quasimodo or this is a trap? How do I know that? There comes the answer for this question. How to know Quasimodo will break? How to know Quasimodo will break beforehand, so that we can save our hard-earned money and not trading on beliefs that all Quasimodos work. They never tell you all this. They will never answer this kind of a question. This is only something which I am talking about here, or I'm teaching you. So there are three reasons for this. There are three ways to find out the answer of this question, how to know Quasimodo will break. The first is analyzing the pattern and the opposite patterns in several time frames. So pattern versus pattern and time frames can tell you whether the reversal pattern or the Quasimodo or the QM, whatever you call it, is going to hold or it is going to break. So that is way number one. Way number two is using the trap trading concepts which I teach in the trap trading concepts. There are few number of concepts which you need to learn to understand this. The third way is again using Elliott and harmonics, which I teach in the Elliott and harmonics course. And believe you me, Elliott and harmonics, 100 years back, they have answered this, that how to know that Quasimodo will break, but nobody talks about it. Anyway, today we are going to learn pattern versus pattern and time frames. Okay, so let's start our discussion why or how to know the Quasimodo will break. So first understand what is happening in the weekly chart. Weekly time frame is a higher time frame. Okay, even if you go to monthly, you will find this to be true. Okay, and so it is important to go through the time frames and understand which pattern is a higher time frame pattern. Okay, so which pattern is a higher time frame pattern. So here you can see in a weekly chart, this is a 3 drive. Even if I go to a monthly chart, it is still, if I zoom in, then this is still a 3 drive pattern. Okay, so it is a monthly 3 drive where a monthly breakout happen and retest happening. Now tell me, can you see the Quasimodo, the supply Quasimodo in this chart? Can you see it? I don't think, because I cannot see the Quasimodo in the monthly chart. But what I can see here is the 3 drive. Now I already said descending 3 drive is bullish, and after engulf it should actually take the price up. Okay, so we have, as far as time frame goes, we have bullish 3 drive in monthly. We do not have any Quasimodo in lower time frame. If we go to weekly, we still, maybe we can call that, okay, in weekly we have a somewhat near to Quasimodo which has formed, and in daily it is absolutely clear that there is a Quasimodo. Understand what's happening here. Understanding what's happening here will help you to understand why the Quasimodo broke. So this is the bias for the 3 drive, is that price will go up because it's bullish. And how it is being traded? Once the breakout happens and price retraces back inside the pattern, it tests the pattern and then moves up. So what is happening here after the breakout? Think, what is happening here? After the breakout, price is retesting the pattern. A monthly retest of the pattern is happening. So whatever Quasimodo you can see in daily chart, what it is actually, it's a monthly retracement to the 3 drive. So the monthly 3 drive will definitely perform. It will give its reaction because there is a breakout, there is a retracement. So it has to give its reaction. And this Quasimodo is nothing but a trap for all of you. And this trap, I mean, in charts you will find many traps like this. So not always a Quasimodo trap is set on a pattern. Here in this case, this is a big pattern which formed, and we can see that this Quasimodo is nothing more than a retracement inside the big pattern. So what you need to understand here is, there is a bias, the bias always works. There is a breakout, the breakout always happens. There is a retest of the pattern, that also happens, and after the retest, the pattern gives its reaction. So if you go along with this theory, then you will always be able to find that your Quasimodo is going to break. Okay, so in this case, what happened? The bigger pattern, the higher time frame pattern took away the stop of this reversal pattern or Quasimodo. And this was easily predicted by me because I already know this thing. Now, as I said, in this case, this is a big 3 drive which has formed, and then this Quasimodo is just a trap, and the price came down inside the big 3 drive just to retest it. But there are times when this kind of trap Quasimodos form, but we do not have a pattern like this. So this kind of Quasimodos, the trap Quasimodos, I call it the trap Quasimodos, which always breaks, sometimes forms over a good trap zone, right? This is a good trap zone. I have predicted this move up with my students in my students live session, which I take every now and then in the students Telegram group. And I predicted this move, and my target was little higher than where we have already achieved. So I have still little bit more to go. I think 18,500 and little bit more will be my target. So this is a huge trade happening. So when you have the trap zone, you can definitely go for a trade, and in front of the trap zone you will most of the times find this kind of a trap Quasimodo. What will happen looking into the Quasimodo? What will you think? That the trend has reversed and the price is going to go down, and you will try to take a short trade. You will fail, and you will lose money, and the trap zone will win. But there is a catch. Do not try it at your end until you know what is the in and outs of the trap zone. As I said before, I teach both where a trap zone works and where it doesn't. So you need to know that before you plunge in. So, and one thing lastly, many of you know demand and supply. Sir, trap zone is not a concept of demand and supply. Okay, so it is find out a little bit differently, and so don't try it at your end, otherwise you might burn your account. Anyway, now what Nifty is going to do this week. In trap zones, what we have something called hidden zone. Okay, so not all Quasimodos, but few Quasimodos, when they gets broken, okay, when their stop gets out, price retraces back to it and moves up. Okay, so what is my prediction for this week? Price might move up, and max target will be 18,500 for this trade. A little bit more it can go, but it's safer to book your trades here. So I mean, how to trade now if I expect the market to remain bullish this week also, then I can trade, by applying some option strategies maybe, right? Here I am not going to plot the option trade, but I know many of you are master of options, and you can plot your own trade and try to make some money. If you are shorting the market, short for 18,500 and above strike prices, not below, okay? Then you will make money. I mean, weekly strategy I'm talking about. My expectation is price will still go up, and it will go up till 18,500. In fact, it will make a new high. I think so. It will make a new high and then it will drop. Okay, then it will drop. Basically, my just a second. I think I have a marking there. Let me see. I can find it out. Okay, just a second. Yeah. So basically, this is my target, and this red zone is a very difficult area for Nifty. Okay, this red zone will be a very difficult area for Nifty. If it crosses this 19,031, then we can see a good up movement. But if it breaks a higher low at this place, then price can really come down, right? Because everything is getting tested while price is moving up, and that's not good. And I already said that the trend is very steep and it can break any moment. So what we will do, from here our target will be till 18,500, and thereafter we will observe what the market is doing. In general, a trend change can happen here and price can again start moving down, but that we will discuss in the upcoming live sessions. So with this, I answer your queries. I answer the question how we know that the Quasimodo can break. And also, I analyzed Nifty for this week. Hope you liked my session. Hope you learned a lot. And if you do, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share my channel. Thank you very much for joining. Bye-bye. See you then again next Sunday. Thank you.